Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and I thought I would do a follow-up to my video I did yesterday, where I was talking about and showing the cleaning of a long pile carpet using my OP machine, comparing it to Rotary. And I wanted to just talk a little bit about that because been thinking about it since, and I think there's a few more things to take a look at and to think about. Now, normally I don't actually use my brush all that often, but there are circumstances where you do want to use it, and we'll talk about that in a sec. So this is my brush. I actually have two of them. This is my newer one, so it hasn't taken a set yet. The bristles are almost perfectly straight. This, by the way, is a deflector because my center feed machine feeds down through the middle and it spins out the solution right around here, giving it more even application. Most rotaries would shower feed, which means the solution would drop down right here and go through these holes and then outside and then go from here outward. So this is a fairly soft bristle brush. I prefer a softer brush. I don't want to use a hard brush. You don't need to use a hard brush. This has finer bristles, so it's better for more applications. And if I really want to do a real good scrub, I will just use a fiber pad. So we'll talk about the fiber pads in a sec. I wanted to show you a little bit about the Iron Man pad. Now, the Iron Man pad is a relatively new pad, but it's really gained in popularity because it works very well. It has some interesting features. One of them being that it has two level loops in here, or two levels of loop. One is the longer loop, and this will reach down into the yarn, and the tighter loop in behind here has a more of a, I guess, a scrubbing action. And whether you're using these under an OP or a Rotary, these are an excellent pad. They're highly absorbent, and one of the things about them is that they're a type of a cotton, Egyptian cotton, I believe, and this cotton will slide on a carpet easier than the older style cottons, which, like the really thick fluffy ones that were popular a few decades ago, which had much more grip, more friction on the yarn, and they were the ones that were more likely to cause tip blooming, whereas these, I don't think you could tip bloom with these. There's just virtually no resistance on the carpet. They absorb really well, but they don't have that grip, which you do want to stay away from. So anyway, that's the Iron Man cotton. Put that over there. And so let's come over here, and we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening on the carpet. Now, this represents the carpet. There's the base of the carpet, and there's the fibers that are sticking up. And if you've got a carpet that's loose enough, like a frisee, and you put a brush on the carpet, now whether it be a C or a B style or a rotary brush, the brush is still going to, like in this picture here, this represents the brush spinning. As it goes across, say this is a line of fiber, this looking from the top, it's going to be moving across the yarn this way, which gives us this effect. And as the bristles penetrate down in between the yarn and the machine is moving across the carpet, it will lay the yarn over, and it will be moving, the bristles will be moving from as far as it penetrates down, and it could go to the bottom of the carpet depending on the type of carpet, but it will lay the yarn over and be cleaning from the bottom of the yarn to the top as it goes. Now, when you're cleaning a carpet like a Berber, which has the loops, these are representing loops, and you were to say use a fiber pad, the fiber pads actually work really well on a Berber because they will really polish you're actually walking on the Berber, you're actually on the side of the yarn as opposed to on the end of the yarn, normally speaking. but the fiber pads work really good at polishing the yarn off. But if you've got a really heavy loop Berber style carpet, then they can run into a problem getting in between the loops, and that's where the brush has its advantage, because the bristles will reach down in between and pick out any stuff that's junk that's in there quite effectively, actually. Now, comparing the brush to a fiber pad, here we have a fiber pad. This is, of course, the white fiber pad. I used these for years, and I found that they worked really well. I used gray ones, champagne ones before that, and then they began to be harder and harder to get. There's other colors which have different levels of aggression. There's the I guess we call that aqua or whatever, and there's a red one. A lot of guys like the red one. And I think there's another one too, that's sort of a in-between green and blue, I guess. But I just stuck with the white one mostly. And then about a year or so ago, somebody told me about these things. This is a Hogs Hair, and wow, these things are fantastic. And I use this Hogs Hair on almost everything that I clean. For residential, yes, they work fine. They are not a problem. And if I ever felt that there was, I would hesitate, I wonder if it's too aggressive, well, then I just go straight to the white fiber pad. I carry a few of each in the van all the time. And the thing about the Hogs Hair is, and any fiber pad, is compared to the brush, I find that they work better than the brush as far as cleaning goes, and often as far as even lifting pile, because there's a lot more surface area on the fiber pad than there is on a brush. Say a brush has 150,000 bristles that go into the, they're sticking out of it, whereas you could say that the fiber pad has almost got an infinite number, just because of the way that it works, and they're felted together. And if I run my hand over it, I can feel like pointy, prickly, outy things. I guess it's the end of the Hogs Hair. Let's see if I can get this out of here. Oh, there we go. I think I got it. Can you see that? Little tiny filament I got in my fingers. That's one of the black ones. You feel it, and it's actually quite stiff. And this is there. Can you see that? There you go. Maybe the camera's not quite focusing on that so great, but anyway. So there's a lot of contact area, and one of the things about when you're using the Hogs Hair, you'll find that the Hogs Hair is very effective at pulling animal hair, fur and dog hair and whatever out of a carpet. Very, very effective indeed. And as you go over the carpet, you'll see, and you lift it up afterwards, you'll find it'll choke up on the outer edges first, but you can peel that off usually pretty easily. And then what I do is when they get too loaded up, I carry a few of them in the van, so I switch them out, and I put them into my front load washer when I'm doing my pads, and they clean up really just fine doing that. I don't put them to the dryer though, but these work very, very well. But what we want to do, let's take a look and see on the surface of the carpet, on the fiber. I'll put the camera over here, and we'll put it at the level where the brush is, so we can take a look and see what exactly is happening on the carpet fiber with a brush. And of course, this is a frisé carpet, so it's a fairly long pile. And we'll take a look. And we'll see what we can see. So let's have a look and see if we can see what's happening with the fiber pad. So that was interesting. And what I see when I look at the carpet is it looks like the fiber pad had a greater effect on the yarn than the brush. This is a brand new carpet. It's never been used before, but hang on a sec. And normally speaking, when I'm using a Hogs Hair, I don't use a brand new Hogs Hair on a carpet like this. I will use one that has been used a few times because they get a little bit less aggressive. I saved the most aggressive ones for the carpets that are already pretty bad, just to be safe. Otherwise, I would use a white fiber pad on a carpet like this. But anyway, so that's how we do it. And I thought you might find that interesting to see, and hopefully you enjoyed that. And let's have your comments and thoughts and observations. In my last video, more than one person has already said that they thought that the Rotary actually was getting deeper than the OP machine I was using. So, and that was my observation as well. So, anyway, I'll let you go. And it's a Sunday, and I'm going to do a little bit of workout in the yard and got some other things going on today. So I'll let you go. So have a good day, and thank you for watching.